Göbeklitepe is known as the oldest temple of humanity. Dating back 12,000 years, this site challenges everything we thought about civilization. But what if Göbeklitepe is not the beginning, but the continuation of something far older? The legend of the lost continent of Mu offers a surprising perspective. According to myth, Mu was a highly advanced civilization in the Pacific Ocean thousands of years ago. It is said that Mu sank into the ocean after a massive cataclysm. But could some of Mu's people have survived and migrated to new lands? Some researchers believe Gobeklitepe may hold the memory of this lost migration. The animal carvings on Gobeklitepe's pillars may reflect forgotten mythologies. Just like in the myths of Mu, the sky and nature were considered sacred. Gobeklitepe's builders aligned their pillars with the stars. This obsession with the heavens mirrors the celestial traditions of Mu. Some scholars believe the symbols at Gobeklitepe may represent constellations. If so, this knowledge predates every known ancient culture. Mu, too, was said to hold advanced astronomical wisdom. Could this shared knowledge be a hidden connection between the two? The carvings of foxes, scorpions, and birds suggest a sacred code. Some interpret these symbols as warnings of a great flood, a flood that may echo the cataclysm which destroyed Mu. If Mu's survivors reached Anatolia, they may have encoded their memories in stone. Göbeklitepe was intentionally buried thousands of years ago. Why would an entire society hide its most sacred monument? Perhaps they feared the return of the cataclysm that once sank Mu. Gobeklitepe may have been less a temple and more a time capsule. The builders left behind a message, not for themselves, but for us. The Mu legend speaks of sacred centers spread across the world. Gobeklitepe could be one of these sacred centers, surviving after Mu's fall. Other myths from Polynesia and Mesoamerica also whisper of Mu. The similarities between distant myths suggest a shared origin. Gobeklitepe may be the missing piece linking these legends together. Some argue Gobeklitepe was a school of knowledge, not just a temple. If so, its roots may trace back to Mu's legendary priesthood. Both cultures placed extraordinary importance on stone as a vessel of memory. The stones became living libraries of their civilizations. Did Mu's survivors carry their knowledge in symbols, passing them to Anatolia? The circular enclosures of Gobeklitepe resemble cosmic diagrams. Mu's temples, too, were said to mirror the heavens. Such parallels cannot be easily dismissed as coincidence. Could these be fragments of one lost universal tradition? A tradition born in Mu, reborn in Gobeklitepe. The mystery deepens when we consider the burial of Gobeklitepe. Why preserve something only to hide it? Perhaps they wanted to protect Mu's memory until humanity was ready. What secrets still lie beneath the soil, waiting to be uncovered? Every stone seems to whisper, "We were not the first." Gobeklitepe may represent the last page of Mu's story, a bridge between a sunken world and the birth of new civilizations. The echoes of Mu still resonate in Gobeklitepe's stones. What we call the dawn of civilization may in fact be its twilight. Perhaps Gobeklitepe is not the beginning, but the end of Mu. Legends say Mu was a land of immense spiritual power. Gobeklitepe's circles may have preserved echoes of that sacred energy. The animal carvings could represent totems from Mu's forgotten pantheon. Foxes, vultures, and snakes all point to a symbolic language older than history. In Mu, animals too were sacred messengers of the divine. The builders of Gobeklitepe must have inherited myths older than their land. Those myths may have been carried by the last survivors of Mu. They spoke of a continent swallowed by the sea, and of a warning: civilization is fragile. The warning was carved into Göbeklitepe for future generations. Why does Gobeklitepe stand alone, with no houses or villages nearby? Perhaps it was not a local creation, but a transplanted memory. Moose people may have carried only fragments of their lost world. Those fragments were reborn as Gobeklitepe. Thus, a sunken continent lived on in stone. The alignment of Gobeklitepe may record a cosmic event. Some believe it depicts the exact sky before a global cataclysm. This could be the same disaster that destroyed Mu. If true, Gobeklitepe is not only a temple, but a record of survival. It is a library carved in stone, remembering the end of a world. Why else would hunter-gatherers build something so monumental? Perhaps they were not ordinary hunters, but keepers of ancient knowledge. Knowledge carried across oceans from a sunken land. Gobeklitepe's builders may have been the last guardians of Mu, and their stones may still guard secrets we have yet to decode. Some symbols appear to map the Pleiades star cluster. Mu, too, was said to worship the Pleiades as a sacred origin. Such parallels suggest more than coincidence. They suggest a single story told across two worlds, a story of survival, remembrance, and rebirth. Every discovery in Gobeklitepe raises more questions than answers. Could this be because we are missing the Mu connection? Science calls Gobeklitepe Santa a mystery of early agriculture, but myths call it a message from a sunken world. Two explanations, one archaeological, one mythological. The truth may lie somewhere in between. Gobeklitepe could be a fusion of local genius and foreign memory. Together, they created a monument to eternity. A monument where myth and history collide, and where humanity's oldest memory is written in stone. Mu may be lost beneath the waves, but its spirit may live on in Anatolia's hills. Every pillar may be a voice from Mu, every carving a memory of a sunken world. Every circle a reminder that civilizations rise and fall. Perhaps Gobeklitepe is not humanity's first temple. Perhaps it is the last temple of Mu, a memory deliberately hidden, waiting to be uncovered. And now, as the stones rise again, the question remains: is Gobeklitepe truly the dawn of civilization or the twilight of Mu? If Gobeklitepe is linked to Mu, then history is older than we dare imagine. This connection challenges the very timeline of civilization. It means humanity has risen before, only to fall again. Gobeklitepe may be a warning that nothing lasts forever. Even the greatest empires can be swallowed by the sea, yet memory survives, carved in stone, and passed down through myths, generation to generation. The legend of Mu may be more than just a myth. It may be the missing key to unlock Gobeklitepe's secrets. Two worlds, one sunken, one buried, one drowned in water, the other hidden in earth. But both whisper the same story of human fragility, a story that echoes across time and continents. Perhaps we are not the first to reach this level of knowledge. Perhaps we are simply the last to remember. Gobeklitepe's mystery continues to puzzle archaeologists today. But myths may preserve what science has not yet found. Science and myth together may tell a deeper truth. A truth of civilizations lost and reborn. A truth that our ancestors carved so we would never forget. But have we forgotten anyway? Have we ignored the warnings written in stone? If Mu fell, if Gobeklitepe was buried, what about us? Are we too destined to rise and then vanish? Gobeklitepe may not only be about the past, it may be a message meant for us today. A message that says, civilizations are fragile, and that memory is the only way to endure. Mu's people tried to preserve memory in myths. Gobeklitepe's people preserved it in stone. Two civilizations, one buried in myth, one buried in earth. both reminding us that nothing is eternal. But memory can outlast even the ocean and the soil. We are the inheritors of these forgotten voices, and their story is now our responsibility. Göbeklitepe is not only an archaeological wonder, it is a bridge across time, a link between the sunken and the buried, a reminder that we are not the first to dream, and not the first to fall. The stones of Göbeklitepe speak, if only we listen. They tell us of a world before history, of a world swallowed by the sea, and of survivors who carried memory across oceans. They carved their story in stone so we would never forget. But we did forget, until the stones rose again, uncovered in modern times. Now the question remains, what truly happened? Is Gobeklitepe the first temple of humanity, or the last temple of Mu?